Hello to all my audience out there today. Um, I'm bringing you a fascinating discussion surrounding the culture of Liberia. My name is Latizao, and I'm here with the director of the National Museum, Director Albert Markeh, say Markeh.
Yeah.
And guess what? We are going to be digging deep into one of the arts of Liberia, that is the country club. As you all can see, we are all seated here prettily with the Liberian country club. But guess what? I cannot tell you whether what I am wearing is the original. So I have the director here today. He's going to be telling you much and more about the country club. You ready, Abba?
Yeah. Further, I'm proud to introduce myself just as in Barcelona, Latte Zawos just said.
Okay.
I'm pleased to inform you about this thing we call the country club in our country today. It derived actually from our ancestors, and mainly the origin came from Lova because they had a larger farm, according to research, where they produce this thing in large quantity. But then the people just say country club, ordinarily just country club, but they have categories of country clubs.
Yeah. So that's what we want to know. Like,
Yeah.
how did the whole idea of country clubs came about? From where and by whom?
Thank you very much. Just to you the origin that it came from was a wallet, producing lofa, because lofa people actually have farms to these domestic cattle that produces these things. So they are in the business of it and on a larger scale. So this is where actually other people have it. But then when we talk about the originality and the origin of it actually begin from lofa and spread out into the various counties as we speak. Yes.
So let's look at the creation of the country club. What are those materials people use to come up with this material called country club?
Well, we have our own kind of mechanism of putting country club together, which we call the revolution of country club or textile. So in this building that we are now, presently at the National Museum, we have the sample, or the model of the machine that produces the cloth. And the processes it goes through. This is why we decided to call it the revolution, because the stages in which it's followed to form the cloth. It has to first go through the threading, the mentor. Then after the thread, you have to put it together, and make a strip. Then the strip join together and make a lapper. Then the lapper, then now you can style, your cloth into any form you want to, like what we have now, or for the lady, you can make a dress or gown, and so many ways you wish to. Sometimes you like to sew the trouser, or you like to sew the coat, you like to sew the suit, in a manner in which, of course, you can.
So is there an idea or reason behind the country club? Like, for instance, other countries like the Indians, thinking about their dress code based on I think they are fighting against the period, and they decided to come up with their traditional dress code. So is there an idea behind the revolution of our country club? Is that the idea?
Yeah, definitely. Before the coming of the club, we used to, process the bark of a tree.
Okay.
Where they used to, put into the water, and then after the process of the water, and then they pound it, beat it, and you stretch out. Kind of a similar kind of tree, not just ordinary tree. They used to use the bark. Most of those trees came from, near the bank of the river, and then a large piece would be cut and put it into the water itself, soak it, and then after that, or dine it after that, then they pound, they beat it, then stretch it and dry it, and it becomes soft. Then they started using it. But as time went on, they began to feel the roughness of it, and so they said, what can we do? So, through the process of the cutting, being widespread and being very soft, they decided to say, let's try something. And through the trying, mentor, they discovered that this the cutting will be put together and make a cloth. So that's the process. So the processing of it is very long process I follow. But you got to first, take the seed out, then dry it and stretch it. Then you put it into the machine and stretch it. Then after stretching it, you put it together. Then, if possible, you dark it with a tree, the seed of the tree. For instance, the cola nut or the guava or the guava avocado seed also is a dark by itself. So they process it, and then when the color come out, they soak the thread in. Then from there they put it together. Like what you see of us having today, you can see different stripes or different color in it. So that's how the color appear. When the color are made to the thread, and then they're going to put it through the warp and whip. The manner in which is overlap one another. They call it warp and whip. So when you do those things, it's going to form a kind of a pattern, which is the straight of the cloth. So when that is formed, then they measure, then they decide to put it together again, sew it together and make a cloth. Then for the cloth now, then you start to formulate your style of dress code and whatsoever you want to make it. Maybe you want to make a shirt like me, what I have on, like what he has on that they had, and whatsoever. So you will get for the fashion in that mean when the cloth then they into that. But it's a long process. But I guess maybe as time goes on, we'll go to the machine. You see when I explain it, you just go along with me. So what I
So do each tribal group in the country or in Liberia do have their own style of country club, or it's just something that is widely regarded as country club? But like for instance, you say originated from local county, and then well, we have Nima, we have Grand Cape,
Of
we
course,
have other counties that normally use this country club.
Yes.
So do each of these tribal group or county do have their own style of country club?
Yes, I must admit, because when you look at the vast shades, it's so more wider and freer than all of the shades that you see. Like for your own, the hand is much smaller, but you see my own like well wide and about 1.5 size of your arm, measurement. So the different fashion in which they sew it and the dress code. Some people like to do it with the suit, and some people only like to do it with the shirt. And before they come here, all the dress code, they have something they call the bomber. And you could just pass it through your legs, and then maybe you got a beach run away and drop one part, pass it through your leg, drop one piece in front and the other one back, and then on your way you move. If you go down to the museum center in the display, you see, the dress I'm talking about, just as I'm seeing is on display. You see, from the initial stage where people just, drip it from between the leg, front and back, and they just keep moving. And the reason of that, because the guarantee of this club, it will not just something that we're woven and then at the next day you see the washing. So that you can take almost, if possible, a week or month or two before you can wash it, because you have to just, maybe when you want to do that, or in the evening hour when you want to change it, you just beat the dust out of it and hang it out, then later on you take it and put it back, because it was a kind of high, coated material. So it's not just something that way you just wash it often and durable material to access.
So is there a specific event that this country club is worn by Liberian, or is just something widely regarded as just a normal dress code?
No, they have categories of this dress code. They're based upon the way in which it's event fashion.
Okay.
If it's event fashion of a gown, it will have a kind of a gown, so like a gown that has wing. So when you loosen your hand like this, it will go all the way there, covering your hand, and you'll go wing. And then when you even put it, take it off and wrap it around your neck or throw it on your shoulder, that's another sign of leadership, because it's not all of the country clubs that you just see, it's just so, for ordinary, people. There are some there for prestigious people in society, like the chiefs. If you see them, their own dress code is quite different from ours. Their own gown or shirt is more wider than us, and that because now when you're dancing around, this is the movement, all the thing is sign. It's saying to show signs. And whenever you're in a gathering, when you're taking it, rolling it from your hand, putting it on your shoulder, it's also a sign also. But these are the things we have to learn along the way as to go on.
Okay, cool. So let's look at this other aspect. We do see randoms of country club, like for instance what I'm having on right now. I bought this in the market, but is there a difference between the original country club, and another one. I don't want to say fake because I do not know the
Ye-
original. Am
ye-
I wearing the? Is this the original one I'm wearing, right?
Yeah, that's original.
So how can we differentiate the original
It
from?
easy for one who knows it, to determine or to actually, show what is it like. But you got to be careful to note that we have two types of kind of a carving. We got a wild carving that just grew up, by, God, naturally, a certain time of the season like this, the summer, it just pop up, poof, and then it fly out into the air and just land all on the ground. What have you? People do collect that and also make, thread out of it, and so, cloth out of it. But then the texture is differentiate because they got a narrow tap and then a rough tap. The rough tap is actually the domestic one that you plant, and and at the end of the day you harvest and process before you can make a club. But the wild one is just pop out during summer and it just will just collect that and then process it and make, kind of club out of it too. So you see the narrow and the rough tap. That's the two different type of, texture you may have after.
So last question: why most Liberians are now wearing the country club?
Well, you need
It
civilization.
is something that's yeah. I just want to say civilization. Why do you think behind this idea where Liberians are not identifying with that? Now, for me, I feel happy sometimes. I'm going to work and then I wear this. Sometimes, like for instance, I get about maybe I think 6 or 7 in my
Yeah,
cupboard,
yeah.
and I just wear them. I feel happy wearing them. But you don't see people of these days, identifying with this kind of. What do you think is responsible for?
We talk about mobilization and sometimes the way people tend to carry out themselves. I guess that more people are coming to realize their identity.
Okay.
For some of us, whenever we travel, we are proud to carry some of these, prior culture with us, carrying our dress code, wearing all forms and manner, and people appreciate us for that. But just as I say, modernization in the 21st century, people who want to deviate from their own culture tend to be someone other than what they are not, and other than that you should have to proud of your identity. So when you travel, people will get to know where you're from. For instance, I can give you an example. I was traveling one time from the state of Liberia, and while I was in transit in Dubai. So in Brussels, I may speak. So the two to three other guys started running after me, and one of the this guy seems to be from Liberia. The guy seems to be from Liberia. So when they followed me, when we got to Brussels airport, they ran to me and they said, I guess that you are a Liberian. I said, yeah, Liberian. Oh, yeah, you got your dress code, strange. I said, so we started a lecture on that. That was the kind of the sound of the denitive, that they made me up with. So it's good to always carry out denitive than rather you being somebody like you are not. You want to dress like European, tired of us. So sometimes they are good because of the occasion. But deep down again, for certain occasion or function, you have to carry this thing to have yourself identify, with your heritage.
Okay, so those of you out there watching this interview on Raw News and TV platform, we discussing the where the country club originated from, and then we talk about few details. And he talked about Liberian being identifying with their own culture, and it's very essential. But now that then we do not see many youth these days wearing what we are having on right now. And then it's just give a story that when he went out of the country, he was kind of like identified, when he wore his traditional country cloth, something that we need to be proud of. But the weather,
Yeah.
was there a special event or occasion that was set aside in order for Liberian to come together, with this way of dressing
I
in
think,
our history? Was
yeah,
there
I think
a
now the
special?
government is coming to institute a kind of measure where people are getting glued to this culture. Because most of the highest guys up there, the prestigious guys, even not the prestigious, but I think some guys, you want to actually admire the form and manner in which you think are so. None of some people are sewing it with coats. And some people are even making nectar. So I mean, it gone, it getting wilder because certain time, for some function, occasion like maybe national days, everybody want to be identified in the kind of suit. And and coming up gradually, I see people admiring, what the whole, the importance of the whole, country club is, So they're getting off the ground. People are getting to get people understanding why the children identify themselves with.
So I ask the question again one more time. Am I wearing the is it the original one? Can you feel it?
Yeah,
Is it the original?
yeah,
one?
that is the original because it's a rough tech.
Okay.
Because when you see it, when you feel it, it's very narrow. The narrow tech, then you know that it's a,
Again,
it's a
is there a
wildcat.
difference between the original? Because I normally see some cloth out there like rubber tape, like
Yeah,
is there a difference between it? Because somebody out there might want to know how to get the original one.
Yeah,
but not just the one we see out there. But
yeah, that's
what would be your own description?
how to describe it is the feeling, the feel of the material. First of all, it gotta be rough and gotta be heavier than the other. The other one, no matter how you put it together, you double, it will still be lighter. So it have weight. The very rough one, the original one have weight than the compared to that of the rubber tape or the duplicated tape. Mostly I don't want to measure country that are duplicating it, but it comes from all sort of country into our country. So that's how it looks. They duplicate it very light, and then the original is always heavy because it's a natural kind of a fabric made stuff. Yeah.
Do you have some of the machines or the materials that are combined together in others together? Do you have some?
Go down, you see,
Cool.
you see what I'm talking about.
I'm going to be taking you directly to where we will see these materials that are used or combined to get the country club made. So let me take you there.
The revolution, section. What you see here is now the processing. This is the processing of the cloth. As I told you that it come up to the strips. They are putting the strip together. You can see railway blue, on the machine. And then this is where on the student where the guy who actually does the work of the machine sits, and then he get the cutting from here and put it up, onto this machine and stretch it, and he's going to go to the width, the wrap, and then from there you see that the changes of it are going to formulate in that form, and then gradually you see you get it straight. Then from the straight now you get a cloth. So this is what is been displayed over there. This is the hand machine that they're working with, the ladies are working with. And then from there you see that the cloth is then put together in this fashion, right? That is sewn, like the gown we talked about. This is a chief, this is the model of a chief displaying. Look, this may be the model of the web of the chief. You see, it's not an ordinary dress. They actually, sewing very wider and bigger inside. So you can, like, when you wear a drape, down, covering your feet. You see how different it is from that of an ordinary dress?
So welcome back, Loretta. So we just take a tour out there and then we monitor some of the process, some of the instruments used to, put the country cloth together. So I want to say thank you. So you can make up.
Yeah, we next meeting will get to tell you more details about the colors in it, what it stands for, the when to wear the okay. We'll discuss it later on because there are more yet to be done. I don't want to allude to something that will have to break in and say this will be continued. So we continue the next time where it will be now more research will be done, the various colors and when those colors are being worn and what attraction it gives, gathering, who are those who I will be wearing it and kind of stuff. So we'll do that in the next, presentation.
So to all my audience out there, I want to say thank you for watching this interview on Raw News and TV platform. And I'd like to encourage you all to please share this interview with your friends, your family, wherever you think you can have this interview share. Please share this and also give a like sign and make a comment. And I'll see you the next time with Director Albert Markeh. Have a set of guys.
See you next time.
Thank you.